Most people don't realise that they're making these money mistakes until it's too late. The habits I'm about to show you are the reason why so many people stay poor without even realising it. After nearly a decade in finance and accounting, I've learned some shocking truths about my own money habits that have actually kept me from achieving my financial goals. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the habits that keep most people broke and the exact steps that you need to take in order to break free from them today. You've probably heard that you need a massive income or a huge investment portfolio so that you can be financially free. But the truth is, it's actually your habits and not your income that can make or break your wealth. Despite being a chartered accountant, I am far from perfect. I would say the most valuable lesson that I've learned is that most successful people, they don't just know how to earn money, but they know how to control it. Why do so many smart people, even in high paying jobs, still struggle so much to save money? And why do we all just keep repeating bad money habits, even though we know so much better? Well, let's actually dive into these habits that are costing you thousands. Have you ever noticed that the more money that you earn, the more money you spend? If you think back to the money that you earned a few years ago, you probably think there's no way that I could earn that amount right now. But you made it work then, so why can't you make it work now? This is lifestyle inflation, and it's one of the most damaging habits to your wealth. You don't need to be a finance expert to get started with controlling your money. All you need to do is just know where it's going. Most people are not tracking their income or expenses, and that's a huge mistake, which is definitely costing you thousands. You need to start with tracking every pound. Even if it is just for a month, you need to get a good, clear idea of what's coming in and what's going out. You need to cancel all of your unnecessary subscriptions that you're just not using. Whether that's Netflix, a gym, or an Uber Eats subscription. If you've got a partner or a family member that you can share them with, then this will start saving you money instantly. So now we've got a great starting point, because if you can't see where your money's going, you'll never be able to see where it's heading. Are you the type of person that puts money into their savings at the end of the month? Because this habit is exactly what's keeping you stuck. But what if you flip that? What if you treated your savings like a bill that you have to pay first? As soon as you get paid, put a certain amount of money straight into your savings. Don't wait to spend all your money and then save the rest. You need to set yourself a clear goal. Whether that's daily, weekly, or monthly, it could be £50 or £1,000. The most important thing is that you actually stick to it. Even if your friends are heading down the pub, you need to have a think about how much your goals actually mean to you. I read a saying in a book before, I can't quite remember what book, but it said if you change nothing, then nothing changes. You could easily just go for 2 beers instead of 10 and 2 Jaegers. Just give it a try. And if your mates give you grief about it, then maybe you should have a little think about who you're surrounding yourself with. Once you get in a routine of doing this, it will become so much easier. I would say a good target would be to have 3 months of savings set aside. And this should cover your rent and bills. And then once you have this, it will then give you loads of peace of mind and also open up opportunities for you to grow your money. Hands up if you've ever had a credit card or taken out a loan. I have. And here's something that you might not have thought about. Credit card companies want you in debt because it makes them money. And that's why they make it so hard once you've got there to then get out of it. Unfortunately, in school you don't learn a lot about money or finances, unless you're the person that sold stuff on the playground. I was the guy with the sweets. My mum would go Asda, she'd pick up 4 boxes of Skittles for £1, and then I'd sell them for 50p each. Just double my money even before I'd got in the school gates. There's nothing wrong with having a credit card, because they can help you build up a credit score, but they are a serious trap that so many people fall into. But debt has become normal for so many people. They're using a credit card for stuff like clothes, gifts, or even a night out. I've seen loads of my friends get so excited when they've got a new credit card, and they end up running themselves up a huge bill that they just can't pay off, because the interest rates on these cards are ridiculous. They're like 20%. So that means if you spend £1,000 on it, over the course of a year, you could end up paying back £1,500. Because it's such a dangerous cycle. You spend on one credit card and then you end up taking out another one to pay it off, you then take out a loan to pay it off. It just goes crazy and then you're in loads of debt and you can't get out of it. But here's a harsh truth that you probably don't want to hear. If you can't afford to buy it outright, then there's no way that you should be buying it on credit. The brother of Skepta, a very wise man, once said, "Don't cop one if you can't afford 3.
I'll tell you like Lethal told me, don't cop one if you can't afford 3.
Loads of people buy cars on finance thinking that they're getting a great deal. Myself included. I was driving around in a brand new car at 18, which looked seriously cool, but I quickly realised that it was the wrong decision. Because a financed car is a liability. It depreciates in value and it doesn't generate any income, so you're just losing money. I first learned this concept from Rich Dad Poor Dad, which is the book that I highly recommend you read. It teaches that financial success comes from investing in assets. The rich know that assets bring in money, whereas liabilities drain it. So instead, you need to think about investing in assets, something like property, stocks, or businesses. For example, if you buy a property and rent it out, this is generating you passive income. And over time, the value of the property will probably increase so that when it comes to sell it, you've then made a profit. The key to growing your money is having a mix of safe and risky investments. This helps you avoid big losses while also giving your money a chance to grow. Let's say the best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago, but the next best time is right now. This is exactly the same when it comes to investing. The sooner you start, the more chance you have for your money to grow. As an example, if you put just £100 into an investment that grows by roughly 8% a year, guess how much money you'll have over the course of 30 years? You'll have over £150,000. And most of that money would have come from the growth, not the money that you put in. This is where your money works for you and you stop working for money. Have you ever wondered why all the mega billionaires pay so little in tax? Surely they should be the ones paying the most, right? Well, yeah, that does make sense, but the reality is that they have the most amount of money to be able to invest in the best financial advisors and the best accountants to legally reduce their tax bills. They don't break the law, they just understand the tax system better than most people. Even me, I've helped my clients save thousands in tax just by making simple changes to how they manage their finances. So another habit that you need to change is paying too much tax. If you're a business owner or self-employed, you might be missing out on tax deductions that could save you thousands in pounds. Things like claiming expenses, using tax-efficient investments, or even structuring your income slightly differently. All these changes can make a huge difference when it comes to your tax bill. The truth is, tax laws are complicated. Most people simply don't have the time to be able to figure them out. But the more that you understand, the more money you can keep in your own pocket. And this is money that can go towards growing your wealth rather than giving it straight over to HMRC. Tax rules can be confusing, but there are legal ways for you to pay less tax. So if you want to learn about tax secrets that HMRC doesn't want you to know, then you need to check out this video right here, and you can legally reduce your tax bill.